There we go. There we go. Boom, boom. Okay, cool. I realized off camera, since I didn't craft some other stuff, mainly the Finger of God. By the way, there, Mike, fantastic pun in that last comment. I was able to craft the leather cuirass, so I just wanted to get that inputted in the app here. Making dinner, watching Butcher. Seems fitting indeed. Nom, 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 nom. Yeah, I figured. So decided to do Flower Night for a couple of reasons. Fits in with a little slightly homebrew campaign idea I've got going on, and I want to actually make a little bit more homebrew stuff to make it a little bit more relevant instead of just when fighting knights, although there will be another knight joining the campaign in a little bit too. But yeah, I want to add on to that a little bit. So the current little homebrew thing triggers off of fighting knights. I want to make another Vespertine bow, mostly for the chance at getting another Acanthus Doctor, because I really like the idea of that character, and I got them and probably lost them. And so I kind of got them from breaking the rules a little bit, and I was tempted not to bring them on the hand fight, but I was like, I gotta bring them. It's fate, and of course they died. But yeah, so I wanted those, and that would be the way to do it. And I also figure it'd be a good way to hopefully get a bunch of resources from flowers and maybe critting off the knight too. So yes, that is the plan for this evening. I did get a couple more new survivors painted up too. So we have a new version of our Lose It in the Fifth here. Instead of being a one-armed fellow in... Come on, you were focusing when I did the little recording the other night. But now are you focusing? Yeah, that looks okay. Looks good. So instead of in white line armor, he is in basically full leather armor with a little feathery shoulder pad just to look cool. And he's very much Captain America and leather kind of vibe, with a shield, blood paints to kind of dual wield the shield, and fist and tooth, and then a bone dart as well. Then we have just a small little kit bash here too of the intimacy couple lady, but with the Vespertine bow, and so I figured to make like a cool little kind of forest nymphy Tinkerbell kind of character. Ended up being, I primed it a little bit too dark, so it ended up being a little darker than I wanted it, but still cool. And then Starguile has been immortalized in a mini, kind of feature-proofed to have full Phoenix armor with the counterweight axe that she's been using. She is actually quite old now, though, so she is probably going to retire in the next fight or two if she doesn't die against the Butcher. And then last one, just our kind of go-to support character there with the white line armor, even though we don't actually have any of that, and the catgut bow. Yes, and so with that, let's go ahead and do the hunt phase here. The hunt phase indeed. Okay, dice. Alrighty, Roo, let us see what this hunt phase do. Okay, one sec here. Just want to turn off one thing on the phone. There we go. Perfect. There we go. All right, let's roll some dice. 89. Let's see here. So on my side of the globe, we've got some beautiful summer, which is fantastic. But oh my goodness, playing in this little tiny office gets so hot. Okay, 89. Cleaner birds. Tiny ragged birds with needle-thin beaks fly overhead. Each survivor rolls 1d10. The lowest scoring survivor, roll off in case of ties, becomes a straggler. The birds swarm the straggler. One forces its way into the straggler's mouth and down their throat. The survivor vomits up the well-fed bird, their insides scrambled and scarred. Gain +1 permanent luck and -1 permanent speed. We do not have a whip. Well, someone gets luck. That doesn't sound too bad. So we're just going to go in a ascending or descending order here, whichever way you want to look at it, starting with, or lose it in for these dice rolls. 8, 9, 4, 10. Okay, so that is going to be Starguile gets a permanent luck and -1 speed. Go, and speed is down to 0. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and go up. I am just going to double check the straggler rule, because if I remember correctly, it doesn't really do anything too bad, but just to see. Just a condition. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. So we've scooted forward. Let us roll again. This is going to be for pattern 67. Gotta say one thing. I've been enjoying doing this on Tuesdays, but I'm looking forward to getting back to Wednesdays. There's something about Tuesdays just being like Wednesday is the penultimate hump day. But bad, Tuesdays I've just been so sleepy. Okay, 67. Saliva pools. Gross. The ground ahead is pockmarked with pools filled with gooey liquid. They bubble merrily and stink of digesting meat. As a survivor moves between them, they are overcome by waves of nausea. If any survivor has a sickle, they slice a few leaves from a nearby plant and everyone uses them to plug their noses and mask the smell. All survivors gain +1 understanding. So we don't, our Luz has been saying, need to get at least a sickle or 2 or a pick or 2. So that's a plan for the future too. Otherwise, each survivor rolls 1d10. If the result is less than their survival, they continue on. Otherwise, they vomit in a nearby pool, suffering 1 event damage to the body. Before their eyes, the pool greedily dissolves their vomit. They gain +1 understanding. If any survivor has +3 understanding, they devise a way to use the pools. Each survivor may place 1 piece of gear in a pool, archive it, and gain the resources used to craft it, if any. Interesting. Very interesting. Well. Let's do this. Less than their survival. Okay, well, starting off with our Luzidin here. Getting a 5, not less than. That is good. Pattern. Oh, that is less than 5, or less than 6 in this case. So 1 event damage to the body. Okay, pattern down by 1. Starguile, all good. And lastly, Windle, our support person, is all good there also. Cool. So we shall, if any survivor has 3+ understanding, let's check that, because I think some definitely do. Understanding. Okay, that is just for getting rid of gear and turning it into stuff, which I don't think we want to do because we want to use our gear for this fight. But it is a cool thing that we could do if we wanted to. Alrighty, rolling again. 89. Cleaner birds. Well, we're doing the exact same one again. Okay, so same idea here. 8, 9, 7, and 5. So in this case, that is our savior, Windle, gaining +1 luck and a -1 speed. -1 speed isn't my favorite, but that is okay. And we shall all scoot forward again. 28. I'm really curious how this hunt phase stacks up once you play the game a whole bunch, because I'm still finding so many new things and I haven't seen the majority of them. But every single time so far that I have gotten like a repeat, it's just kind of like, oh man, it's samey. 20 age. Troll birds. Be the double. We've gotten this before too, I think. A rumpled, unsightly bird stands in the survivor's path. Its beady, wet eyes blink expectantly, and it calls out with an eerie human chuckle. The survivors may archive one consumable item or gear, offering it to the troll bird. If any survivor is insane, they must feed the troll bird if able. If they feed the troll bird, it hops off with a terrible cackle. No stragglers. Ooh, am I supposed to have... Is that part of the straggler rule? Is that how that works? They're actually like physically behind? So we definitely do have insane folks. Let's take a peek at the loadouts here. Okay, so we definitely have some insane folks here. Or, yeah, there we go. So we're going to archive our monster grease. No, let's see. No, not a straggler penalty. It just said this, or the straggler. I'll go back and take a look here. So what has something to do with the straggler? They swarm the straggler. Yeah. So no effect other than they get -1 speed and +1 permanent luck. Get Trollbird here. So if they don't treat it, so we're going to be feeding because we're insane. And so in that case, I guess we don't need to roll. But we do need to feed it. So who are we feeding the bird here? Well, let's feed it the brain mint. We shall archive that gear. That is gone, and it is gone too. So we'll scoot forward and roll again. 53. Ooh, mask salesman. This is a first. The survivors meet a traveling mask salesman. Haha, on the road. He insists that he has special wares to offer. Shuffle one copy of each mask gear card from the mask maker settlement and draw one at random. The salesman is offering this mask. The event revealer rolls 1d10 to determine the price, then gains the mask. How very interesting. A mask salesman. These are gear cards that I have never seen. Very, very interesting indeed. Okay, well, let us see which mask it's going to be. White Lion Mask. Unique, irreplaceable accessory. You got 2 greens. If insane, spend action to lose your survival and gain that many strength tokens. Interesting. Yeah, I like that. That's very neat. Well, let's roll a d10 and see what this mask is going to cost us. 5. The salesman slowly gestures for an offering. Archive one gear of your choice from your gear grid. Okay, very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So, I kind of want to do... It's got 2 armor. Patterns kitted out in Rawhide still. We've got a full kit of Screaming there. Wendell also has Rawhide. So I'm kind of thinking our Lucidin. And we get rid of the Skull Helm. Yeah, and our Lucidin has a whole bunch of those thingamadangs. And also is super insane. So let's archive that. And let's add this cool lion mask. Very cool indeed. Okay, just going to add this in the app here. So we'll get this going. Gear. Mask maker. White lion. So there we go. We got that. And we'll add this into the app. Yeah, I gotta say, this game is definitely a give and take. Sometimes it'll give you stuff, but more often, my goodness, it take. Yeah, what a lovely hunt phase indeed. Cool. Put that over there. Get this picture. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, my experience with Kingdom Death so far has definitely been when it's nice, it's very nice, and when it hurts really bad. Cool. Very cool. So let's put this on our Lucidin. White Lion Mask. Very cool. Next event will be milk and cookies. Yay! Cool. So we do need to do the forest wants what it wants. So milk and cookies that are going to fillet the meat and blood from our bones, methinks. Just the fantastic art as always. Very cool. Very cool. Gonna hurt right now? Overwhelmingly, indeed. The silence and darkness is broken by a glowing hum that whispers into their bones. Alrighty, Roo, test the gate. So we roll a d10 and we shall see how many things we need to do to get past the gate. 4. So we don't love 4 necessarily. Let's do this quick math here. So, if we gave everyone a bleeding token, which really isn't too bad, we could get in. Oh no, we'd have to do 4 things to get to that, then everyone would get a bleeding token. So, in that case, we might as well do giving people bleeding tokens anyways, and maybe we'd be able to get by there. Oh no, would we be able to? So that'd be 4. That would be 8 with bleeding. -1 attribute of the choice. Don't love the archiving gear. Don't love the random disorder. Yeah, I guess we're going to do bleeding and -1 attribute tokens. Let's do the attribute tokens, and then I guess we're going to just have to take the bleeding because I don't think we're going to be able to get up to 13. That's too bad. So indeed, milk and cookies of doom and gloom. Let's go ahead and do -1 temporary strength on our Lucidin. And also -1 temporary strength on pattern. Stargile, same dealio. And Windle, our kind of support character this time. Let's go ahead and do strength is not very good at all for Wendell. Move we're gonna want. Luck's gonna be going all over the place, so let's go ahead and get rid of a temporary luck there too. All right, so that's gonna get us up enough to 8, and then everyone's going to get a bleed token. So then we can just squeeze in. Cool, so begrudging welcome. The gate swings open a fraction, the hinges singing like a forlorn flute, playing a melancholy welcome. The survivors force their way through, each gaining 1 bleeding token. Huzzah! So onwards we go. Okay, cool. So we shall go ahead with our Lucidin and reveal this. Sticky Meadow. A dewy meadow lays before the survivors. Sloshing through the moist, sticky grass, any boots the survivors are wearing become waterlogged. Heavy with sweet-smelling nectar, the survivors find it difficult to lift their feet as they walk. Each survivor with leg armor chooses either gain a -1 movement token or reduce the armor of their leg locations to 0. Ha! So don't love the -1 movements, and I do believe everybody has leg armor. Indeed we do. So Wendell, I want you to be able to move, so I think you're also support, so you're hopefully not going to be damaged too much. So Wendell, we're going to reduce the leg armor to 0. Done deal. Stargile, movement's pretty important for you. Your armor is 3. You have 5 movement. Yeah, I guess we're just going to be doing the... If you slam, spend 1 space, move, or spend your action to move 1 space and activate a melee weapon. Yeah, I guess we're just getting weak in the knees from the mud here. Pattern, you're not going to be caring as much about movement, so let's move your movement down by 1. And then our lose it in. Oh, reducing that armor down. But for you, I'm not as worried about. Okay, cool. So that is Sticky Meadow completed. There's some pretty giving ones in this deck, but that one was not. So we'll go ahead forward, and this will be Pattern, revealing this one. Whispering Leaves. A sudden gust disturbs the enormous canopy trees overhead. The rustle of leaves forms a distinct whisper in an unknown language. All survivors roll on the table. Cool, so we'll just go or lose it in forward. Getting a 6. The seductive whispers beckon you. Seized by a sudden impulse, you slice open your flesh, and the roots at your feet hungrily absorb your blood. Gain 1d5 insanity and 1 bleeding token. All right, well, for the insanity. So we'll cut that down to 2 insanity and up to 2 bleeding tokens, which we don't love right off the bat, but that is okay. And then Pattern, getting an 8. Oh, that's going to be the same thing. That's too bad. 4, so 2 insanity for Pattern. And a bleeding token. Then next up, Starguile. Oh, getting a 3. That's not very good. Ooh, Starguile. One moment. I just need to take a quick look at their gear really quick here. Because Screaming Skirt. Nope. Slam, not that. Not that. Oh, no, that's activating terrain. However, let's tinker. One moment. No, that's not relevant. Sorry, I'm just looking at different abilities that survivors have. They're not going to come into play now. Okay, then last one, we have Window. 9. We like 9. Because 9 plus. The whispers are indecipherable, but certainly unpleasant. Suffer 1 brain event damage and gain +1 movement token as you pick up your pace. Alrighty, Window. So 1 brain event damage. It's going to be a serious wound to the head, which is too bad because Window's got 0 insanity. And then their movement is up to 6. Okay, so we'll check that over there. And boom! There we go. We get to initiate the fight against this Floral Knight. Yes. Alright, so we get that there. No resources, which is too bad. But yes, let us reorganize these things. I feel like that didn't go amazingly, but also could have gone way worse. So that is okay in my book. We got some extra luck, some -1 permanent speed, and a whole bunch of birds going on. There we go. Put that right there. So we got that all situated. Flower Knight in the middle. I know I've showcased this little mini a couple of times, but I am super proud of this little paint job. It was such a fun one to put together with a little kit bash there too. And extra reason to get it out on the table a little bit more here as well. Okay, so as far as placement, let's try to be a little tactical here. So we want you, I think, there. That would be good. You, I think let's put you over here. Let's do our support person there. And our damage dealer. Let's see if I remember correctly. I think it's all, strictly speaking, adjacent. There. Everyone lived and we saw birds. Heck yeah. As a man into my 30s, bird watching just gets cooler and cooler as the years go by. So, fine by me. If you have troll birds, and I can't really remember the other birds, carrion birds or something, but something cool. So, let's take a little refresher at the traits we have. So we got Razor Bulb, Rows of dangerous hooked vines face inwards towards the center of the ring. Whenever a survivor leaves the fairy ring, they gain a bleeding token, which is important for us because we've already got some bleeding tokens. Bloom. Target a random survivor outside the fairy ring. They suddenly vanish, gain +1 lock token, and are doomed until the end of the monster turn. The target emerges from a flower. Place them standing in the closest free space inside the fairy ring. Turn to face the monster. And last but not least, set roots. This is the basic one. Flower Knight has +1 damage token for each survivor in the fairy ring. The knight does not allow terrain to exist inside the ring. If terrain trial would move into the fairy into the fairy ring, it stops short at its border. If a terrain tile would be placed inside the ring, nothing happens. Cool. We've also got, it's just off the map here, but there is a survivor corpse. I don't think we're going to be running over to go get it, but we will absolutely get those flowers. Okay. Well, let's do this thing, Flower Knight. Let us do this thing. So starting off with Glissade here. Closest threat facing in fairy ring. There's no one in there. Closest threat in range. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and do. Let's have it go up this way. So it'll go up that way. And there we go. Actually, I might move this just a little forward because I think that's probably where most of the fight's going to be focused. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. So this will be on our Lucidin here. The monster stomps its foot and shrieks frightfully. Target suffers 1 brain damage. This being once again to our boy, our Lucidin. It's going down to 18 insanity. And so that would have happened before the move. Just looking at the flow here. Move and attack. 3 speeds, 2+ accuracy, 0 damage. Full move the monster towards the center of the showdown board. I do believe, because it's level 2, it actually does have some stuff going on. Let me just double check that. +1 damage. Let me just grab a damage token. Just so I remember. There we go. Cool. Very, very cool. And so we have 3 speeds. 2+, unless we have any evasion. Yes, we do. So it's going to be 3+ to hits. That will be 3 hits, all doing 3 damage apiece. Alrighty, so we got the waist, head, and body. Okay, so I think we are going to ignore. Let's ignore the. Oh, do we care about just the 1 damage right now? You know what? I don't think we care about any of these right now because they're all just that single damage. So head's going to go down to 1, or down to 3, body down to 3, and waist down to 3. Cash casual, as they say. Full move the monster towards the center of the showdown board. So done deal. It gets back in the middle as it skipper scampers off. And that's going to bring us to our turn. So my hope and my plan is to shuffle people in and out, and finally, for the first time ever on my, I think, what am I, like Lantern year 14, actually get some weapon specializations. So that is the plan. Probably to lose them all in the Butcher for the next session, but you know, I feel like that's kind of how this game goes. So first things first, let's go ahead and do bandages on Wendell, so we can get rid of the 2 bleeding tokens on our Lucidin, going down to 0. Very, very nice. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 down here. And so we are using Fist and Tooth with Monster Claw style, so +1 accuracy and +1 strength, and Savage, which is pretty sweet. And doesn't have any extra speed, so this is going to be 2 dice, hitting on 7s, becoming 6s because we are in the line spots. Perfect hits if we get them. Would be having another attack roll, but if we do not, that's okay. All right, we do get a 9, so let's see what we connect with. Fey Breaches. There is a wound reaction. There is a critical wound, so let us go fishing. Because we got 2 luck plus a luck from Fist and Tooth. So we're going to be critting on a 7, which is pretty awesome. No, we do not wound either with a 2. Let me just double check. How much strength do we have? We have 4 strength. And what do we need? I think we're looking for 10s here. 8s, yeah, so 6 ain't gonna do it. So we do not wound, but that is okay. Alrighty, Ryu. Let's go ahead and see if we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's enough to go ahead and go with the bone darts of Starguile. So 1 dice hitting on 5s. 6 is going to do it. We connect with Hypnotic Deflection, Parry. Wound attempts on this location fail unless the wound is a critical. Failure, turn the knights to face the attacker. They gain 2 insanity. Critical wound if we don't have fencing. Breakthrough. Okay, so for you, Starguile, we are going to be critting on a 9. No, so we do not wound. They gain 2 insanity. Going up to 8. Next up, let us go ahead with... You know what? I'm actually going to Surge with Erluzidin just because they're in a good position right now with attacking from behind. So 2 dice hitting on 6s. That's going to be 1 hit once again. That's almost the exact same roll as last time. And we connect with Restless Roots. Oh, the trap. Oh, I totally forgot about the thing that he's got. Oh well, learn as we go. That's okay. I'll remember it next time. Erluzidin has the shields, Fist and Tooth, and Blood Paint, so he can activate the shield to block and attack with his fist in 1 turn. I shall remember that from here on out. I forgot about it. Okay, place the Flower Knight in the central of the board. Place the attacker in front of the monster. They gain +1 luck token. So let's just shuffle you that way. And you gain a temporary luck, going up to 3 luck total, which is awesome. Each of the other survivors is grasped by the roots and pulled in unless they spend 1 survival. Place them 5 spaces closer to the Flower Knight. So we're going to do that with everybody here. So Erluzidin, you're staying put. You don't need to worry about that. Pattern. Let's see if you get a survival back on a 6+. You do not. So you go down to 5, but you are out. Windle. You go down to 5 as well. And then lastly, Starguile, you can't roll, you just expend. Going down to 5. Okay, perform basic action targeting the attacker. That we shall do. Basic action, closest threats against the attacker in this case. So 3 dice, going to be hitting on 3s. With 2 damage in this case. Nice, so that's going to be 2 hits, and connecting with the body and the body. So in this case, I do believe that we are going to spend a survival on our Erluzidin, going down to 3, to avoid 1 hit on the body, which is going to be just 2 damage. Okay, well that's not too bad. However, that is a reshuffle of the hit location deck. Let's do this real quick, yeah. And from here on out, we will have some hit location spotting in play for the next turn as well. So that should be nice. Or actually, maybe we won't, because everyone's got a good couple bleeding tokens, so we might want to get rid of those first. Okay, that's nice and shuffled. Okay, so that's too bad, but that is the way it goes. Let's go ahead with Pattern. So Pattern has the Vespertine Bow, which is nice. However, first things first, let's go ahead and try and get a hit with the Clawhead Arrow. Maybe I should have gone with her first, actually. Or her with a mini Pattern technically is a guy, but that's okay. Alrighty, Ryu. So 1 dice hitting on a 6+. We get it. That is very nice. And we connect with Furious Riposte, Parry. Wound attempts on this location fail unless they crit. Basic action against the attacker too. So you do have some luck. Let me just double check how much luck. Looks like just 1. With just one luck, we'd be critting on a 9. Crit fail, the exact opposite. So basic action targeting the attacker, that we shall do. So there we go. And it's going to be 2 damage on hits here. Let's see, so 3 dice. Boom, boom, boom. Going to be hitting on 3s. All 3 hits. Waist, legs, and body on pattern, which, I mean, isn't great. So I think we're going to spend a survival, getting it back on a 6. No. To negate the body hit, just because there's only 1 armor there. And then we're going to take the 2 to the waist. 1, 2, and 2 to the boots. And that is that turn. Okay, well, I mean, that could have gone better, but I mean, it also could have gone worse. So fair is fair. I think first things first, let's go ahead and let's move you to there, and let's get the tokens gone for pattern, going down to, actually, let's see, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. So let's go, actually, sorry, this has got to be reversed. So let's get you to here. And then you can move forward because you've got the -1 token. There we go. And then that'll get the bleeding tokens off of Starguile. Oh, you've actually only got 1. Maybe let's not do that. Let's go to there in that case. And then that'll be the 2 locations, or the 2 bleeding tokens off of pattern, which is nice. So no hit scouting yet, but we'll have hit scouting soon. And then we'll go ahead and attack with Starguile, who's up close here. So Starguile, with the counterweight axe, is in a pretty good spot. So 2 dice. Hitting on 4s. It's going to be 2 hits. Very nice. Get the flowering bustle and the delicate knee joint. So delicate knee joint is -2 toughness. Does have a critical wound, which is nice. Reflex, if the attacker is inside the fairy ring, you're entangled in a mess. Okay, so we wouldn't need to worry about that because it's only if they're inside the ring. Let's do this one first, though, because it's nice. Okay, and you do have a luck, so we're going to be critting on a 9. Oh, baby! We critical the delicate joint. Heck yeah. The Flower Knight's footwork is ruined. All survivors gain 1 survival. If the Flower Knight is outside of the ring, it gains -1 speed. So the survival is nice. Let's get the wound stat going there before I forget. Starguile going up by 1. Awesome. Pattern up to 5. Erluza back up to 4. And Windle back up to 6. Heck yeah. Nice. Very, very nice. Alrighty, so next up we have Super Dance. So Super Dance, if I recall, can't be wounded at all, but there are effects on criticals. So let's see. Critting on a 9. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me the odds. Axe gets 2 crits in a row. Amazing. The attacker may spend level survival to gain +1 permanent accuracy. I mean, we just got 1, spending 2. You know what? Heck yeah. Let's do that. So we don't get a wound, but we gain a +1 permanent, yeah, +1 permanent accuracy. That sounds pretty sweet. On Starguile. Huge. Cool. And that is officially going to give Starguile their axe specialization, which is awesome. That'll be the first one we've gotten. And yeah, let's go axe indeed. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with pattern next. And pattern's going to be going in with the Vespertine bow. So we got 2 dice hitting on 6s. It'll be 1 hit. Fey hilt. Okay, so bash could definitely be a thing. Let us see if we're able to wound. So we got 3 strength, and we're critting on 9s. There is no critical effect there. Oh my goodness! A 3rd Lantern 10 in a row. There is no crit effect though, but still, that is pretty freaking awesome. So we'll add another to the wound stack. We do suffer bash, which is being knocked down. And then going to be moving 3 towards the center of the board. So 1, 2, 3. without turning and facing. So we got that. That is cool. That is cool. Is that correct? Without turning with Flower Knight 3. So it'd be 1, 2. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. Alrighty, Ryu. Well, let's go ahead and hit with our Lose It In here and see if we can get some Fist and Tooth action going here. So I am going to remember this time to use Blood Paint, which I don't know if I've actually gotten to do before. So Blood Paint. Activate this weapon geared to the left and right of this card. These are 2 separate attacks, cannot be used with 2-handed weapons. And so what I'm going to do, and from my understanding of the rules, I think this is fine. I'm going to be using the block action of the Brown Leather Shield. And I was reading online that with Fist and Tooth, as long as you have the Blood Paint in this gear grids slot, it works. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we got block in play, which is the first time that I can remember using it at least. And Fist and Tooth action in play. So let's do that. So we're hitting on 7s. Alas, no hit. That's okay. At least we have block. Okay, and that is our entire turn. So let us see what the Flower Knight do. Disarm. If there are no survivors in the fair ring, perform bloom, so we don't need to worry about that. Pick target, closest threat in facing. Yep, so let's just go turn there. Move and attack. If the target is knocked down, they stand. So 3 speed, going to be hitting on 3s. The survivor weapons were knocked out of their hands. They must spend both things to retrieve them before acting any weapons other than Fist and Tooth. I mean, that's not the worst for us here, that's for sure. All right, so 3 speed, hitting on 3s. It's going to be 2 hits, which we can just negate 1, which is awesome. Just going to look at it really quick. To ignore 1 hit the next time you are attacked, this lasts until your next action. You cannot block more than once per attack. So, by my reading of it, it's basically just like a dodge. So let's see. So we get the body and the noggin. I do believe we're going to want to avoid the body here. So let's do that. So we'll take that out of play. Head's got 3 armor. So I think we can take the hit of 2 damage going down to 1. Cool. Well, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so weapons are knocked down, so we need to spend stuff before picking them up, unless they're Fist and Tooth. Okay, yeah, that is fine by me. So basically the shield is the kind of the only thing out of play for them, but that is all right. And that is its turn. You know what? I am going to spend a survival just to not take any hits and not have to worry about that. I think that'll just be a little bit easier. Going down to 3 survival again. Okay, wait. That's going to bring us to our turn again. I think I'm going to start with our Lose It In, because in a perfect world, I'll be able to do some damage and then run out of here. That would be nice. So we'll just turn the face that way. And so 2 dice, hitting on 7s. We get an 8, and we connect with... Oh my goodness! Oh, you know what? It's like a mild retcon, but I'm just going to do it because I just did it last time. Blood Paint is in place, so we got block. Okay, so... Bummer getting the trap against it soon. That is alright, though. The attacker gains +1 luck tokens, so that we shall do. Going up to 4 luck right now, which is pretty wild. And everyone else is going to spend a survival. So we got Pattern going down to 5. Stargal also going down to 5. And Windle going down to 5 there too. So Doomed, we can't spend any survival, but that's okay because we got block in play. So let us see what happens. So we got 3 dice hitting on 3s. 2. And connecting with the head and the feet. So we're going to block the legs because that would be 2 damage, which would be a serious injury, which you wouldn't allow. So we're going to use block to negate that. And then the noggin goes down to 1 armor. Okay, so not the worst trap, all things considered. Let's shuffle this up. And I think now we're going to see about some hit location moderation from here on out. Okay, hopefully that'll be a good shuffle. One more time for posterity. Awesome, awesome. Boom. Okay, so yes, first things first, let's go ahead and you get stand up, which is nice. But let's do the cat eye circlet here on Wendell. So we get to see the next 3 location cards and see what we got coming up. No trap, that is nice. Okay, so we got delicate shoulder joints, -2 toughness. So we've, ooh, we do like this one. 1 survival and a random flower resource. Like that indeed. Fate breaches. And that one has crit chance too. This one does as well. Cool, so I think let's go ahead and do you on top and just like that. As far as who to take the next turn, let's see. Who's got the most luck? Stargyle, you've got 1. Pattern, you also have 1. So you know what? I kind of want to be a little risky here. This might be a bad idea, but I'm hoping to have our Lucidin out of this location soon. Let's see if we can make it happen. So let's spend a survival going down to 2. And we are going to attack. So we got 2 dice hitting on 7s. And we wouldn't be able to block again, but we could still blood paint to try and hit with the shield. So let's try and hit with the shield. What are the stats on the shield? 1 dice. 8+. No. Okay, so I think we just need to get a wound with the fist and tooth here. And then we'll get him out of the center, but we shall see. We shall see. Okay, so that's too bad. So we don't do anything there, but that's okay because we don't even get any location draws. Let's go ahead and see with Stargyle. Actually, no, Pattern. With the Vespertine Bow. So 2 dice hitting on 6s. Nice, so we do get 2 hits. Here we go. So we're critting on 9. So let's do the Flower Joint first. Oh, we do crit. Fantastic. Flower's Knight arm is ruined. We gain a Flower Knight resource. Y to the Fist and Tooth or something else. If it's to Fist and Tooth, we get a specialization if he does wound. And then I want to cycle him out to get Axe back in there. Axes already gained their specialization this one, so I figured having them out for now is fine. But I do want to get them back in because they're good. And just got a little bit of leg here, but that's okay. Lantern Bloom. So flower/hide. Perishable. You may consume and archive this during the showdown to gain 3 luck tokens and -1 permanent luck. We want resources because we are going to be hopefully going craft crazy with stuff. So we'll put that up there just as a reminder that we got it. Cool. And let's gain another wound stack there before I forget. And -1 accuracy token for the Flower Knight, which we do like. Very, very nice. Okay, cool. So that is Delicate Shoulder Joint. And next up, we got the Fey Breaches. So once again, critting on a 9. Oh my goodness. So many criticals. Show me your critical. Your critical. Unreal. So we get to gain another flower resource. Oh, another Lantern Bloom. We'll add that to our blooming stack. Oh my goodness, I also totally forgot about getting this resource over here. So I'll have to get that soon. And so the attacker, being Pattern, gains a luck token. Cool. Very, very cool. Back that into the wound stack. We like that very much. And that's going to bring us to Stargyle with the ever classy Bone Darts hitting on a 4. 4 is exactly what we need. Why have the gods forsaken is like everything that you're doing. Awesome. Fey Helm Wing, reflex. The Flower Knight slowly cranes its neck towards the attacker. If the attacker has any stinker gear in the gear grid, they gain the priority token. Alrighty, Rue. Well, let's see. So we got one luck here with Starguile. So we once again crit on a 9. If we crit again, that would be insane. I don't think it's gonna happen though. Oh, so close. Okay, so 4. We do wound on a 4. Yeah, it's gonna be 10, so that is 2 over. So we'll add another to the wound stack. And boom, boom, there we go. We are looking pretty good here. Indeed we are. Okay, so that is our turn here. I suppose, yeah, no, you scouted, but we can move you to there. Let's do that. And that is going to be the end of our turn, bringing us back to the Flower Knight. Pummel Punch. So you don't need to worry about Bloom, because we do have someone in the Fairy Ring. Closest threat facing in Fairy Ring, done deal. So this is going to be our boy, our Lose It In. 1 speed, 3+. Yes. Before damage, Headhunter. So 2 damage to the noggin of our Lose It In. We don't really want to take, I don't think. Yeah, so that would be a serious wound. So let us dodge that, going down to 1 survival. I really hope we get a wound with him on this next turn. Then we can get him out. That would be nice. Okay, so Pummel Punch goes down there. And let's go swing in with a Lose It In. So we're hitting on 7s. Oh my goodness. And just gonna, once again, just mildly bladed, declare the Blood Paint, or Blood Paint in play. Oh, just kind of irony. So before, when I was using Fist and Tooth, I was also like never able to wound with it. And I figured, because he was so close to getting the specialization, that we probably should continue with it. But like, I mean, the dice gods are definitely kind of saying no here, but we'll try to persevere. Okay, so let's do the flower roll here. Does it make sense to do that with you? I feel like it does. Yeah, let's do it. So 2+, we gain a flower. So anything but a 1. Nice. I gain a luck token. Add that. +1 temporary luck. And I'm just going to shuffle these a little bit more. And see what we get. Osseous Bloom, Flower/Bone. You can remove to get rid of all your bleeding tokens. Cool, so we got that. Let's go ahead and do pattern. So Vespertine Bow action, 2 dice, hitting on 6s. Be 1 hit. Armored Back. Okay. And Pattern's got some serious luck going on now, I think. 2, nothing crazy. So, and there's no crit here anyway, so let's see. That'll definitely be a wound. Add that to the wound stack. We like it very, very much. And yeah, this fight I feel like I have down pretty well, so I think I'm keeping things pretty manageable and tactical. Other ones, so much less so. To the agreeing point there, at least. Okay, and then Starguile. It's going to be the 1 dice hitting on 4 for the Bone Dart. We do connect with the Retreating Feint. So it'll be a crit on a 9. Let's see if we can do it. No. On a failure, then Flower Knight sidesteps without turning. Move the monster 3 spaces towards the center of the board. So without turning, there we go. And then we don't wound because that is a parry location that otherwise would have. And that is going to be the end of our turn. So back to the Flower Knight. We have 1,000 cuts. Closest threat facing in Fairy Ring. That we do have, so I'll turn and face that way. 3 speeds, going to be wounding on 4s. I think I misplayed that last turn because we do have the -1 accuracy. and it's going to be 3 damage apiece, which is not joy. Joy that does not spark. You just need the chat to cry out, to the dice gods, why? Indeed. I mean, I can't be upset with those double ones. I've gotten like 5 lantern 10s, so I can't be upset. But just the irony of the fist and tooth not connecting, as it hasn't this entire campaign, is strong. Okay. Yeah, then I'll crit twice in a row, yeah. Indeed. Okay, so 3 dice hitting on 4s. This could be bad. Oh, the dichotomy of dice. We got the lantern 10 and a lantern, or a crit fail there too. That is something. That is something. So we get to block one of these. Oh, interesting. If the target did not suffer injuries, perform this card again. So, you know what? That's not too bad. So let's see where we get them. The body and the waist for our Lucidin. Waist is going to take it. That's 3 damage, bringing the waist down to 0. And then we're going to block the body, keeping it at 1. And then that way, we've taken the damage. We don't need to redo the card. Nice. Okay, so our Lucidin. Time to shine. We are once again going to blood paint. 2 dice hitting on 7s. Ooh, a perfect hit means we get another dice. Amazing. We get 2 hits. Watch it be the trap. I probably should have done that first. I should have done that first, but we're in the clear here. So we get 2 hits. Writhing Flora, Impervious, Twisting Blossoms and Vines sail through the air, falling harmlessly at the knight's feet. Very cool. Critical Wound, attacker gains a priority target token and +1 luck token. Bruised Ego, that's fun. Flower Knight shrieks, its eyes strobe unnameable colors. All survivors in the monster is facing, which right now is everybody, suffer brain damage. Well, I mean, let's go with Writhing Flora first and see what happens. So we can't wound, but if we crit, good things happen, which would be nice. And we crit on a 5, which is pretty sweet. Oh baby. Lantern 10 once more. So our Lucidin has got the specialization in this case. Okay, so that is impervious, so we don't do a wound. Oh yes, so this crit debuff has a persistent injury of Bruised Ego. Affects some AI cards. We got that in play now too. And they gain a luck token as well, going up to 5 luck. And let's see if we can wound this. So we, once again, all we need is a 5 on the dice. However, we might still do that with our strength. What is the strength? So 4 plus 4 is 8, which is exactly what we need. So we do wound. Nice. That is going to cause brain event damage to everybody, which isn't great, but you know, brings our Lucidin down to 16 insanity. He is a champ, insane in the membrane. That is for sure. Pattern down to 6. Stargall also down to 6. And then Wendell is going to suffer a brain injury. So let's pull up the Happy Happy Fun table here and see what we get. 9. That's got to be pretty good, right? Brain. New perspective. You're knocked down and gain 1d10 insanity. Yeah, that's fine by me. Ooh. 10 insanity. Yeah, not from Windows. The wound cards, not the window cards. All right, so window scoots up to 10. From the window to the wound. There we go. Okay, cool. Well, that was pretty fantastic. And then our Lucidin is going to GTFO and go 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the ring. I do kind of love this being like almost like a tag team match of WrestleMania. I love it very much. Okay, so we got you in the middle. Let's start things off with our bow fellow here, Pattern. So 2 dice hitting on 6s. We get 1 hit. Connecting with Hypnotic Deflection, so parry. We've got 2 luck, so it'd be critting on a 8. Let us see if we can make it happen. No. So failure. Turn the flower knight to face the attacker. They gain 2 insanity. Done deal. And that is going to bring us to enter the ring. We have Stargiles. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 down to there. Yeah, he's getting as lucky as everyone, that is for sure. Okay. So from Wendell to Stargile we go. And I think Stargile's got some reduced speed now. So let's just take a little looky here. So 2 dice, hitting on 3s, which is pretty nuts. Still gonna miss one. That's okay, we do get 1 hit. On Fey Hilt. If the attacker is adjacent to the Flower Knight, they suffer bash. Without turning, move the Flower Knight 3 spaces towards the center of the board. So we should wound here because we got a boatload of strength. Don't need to worry about critting. Oh, but we get the Lantern 10 anyways. We've gotten so many. It is obscene. All right, so add another to the wound stack. The ick, indeed, the Flower Knight ick. Okay, that is going to be our turn. You can get up after this turn if I remember correctly. So we'll do that, and we'll draw Pollen Strike. Let's get that in focus if we can. So we do have the threats. Closest survivor, that is going to be boom boom. 2 speed, accuracy 4+. I think Stargile's got some evasion. Ooh, no, Stargile does not have any evasion. Whoopsies, no evasion for you. So 2 dice, hitting on 4s. That'll be 1 hit. And this is going to be 2 damage. Ooh, actually hitting on 5s because of the -1 accuracy. So 0 hits. Fantastic. So we don't need to worry about the injuries. May the 14th be with you, indeed. May it be with you always. Awesome, so Pollen Strike is done. Very, very nice. All right, so you're able to get up. Forgot that is gone. So let's see if we can get a hit with that bow, because why not? Why not indeed? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think you are within range. Oh no, you don't have any. I was just taking a look. Our Lucidin doesn't have any range damage. That's okay. He's just going to be hanging out. You know what? Let's just dash. Oh no, we don't want to dash because that would be spending survival that he's already low on. Let's just, excuse me, start moving him towards the survivor corpse. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if he can make it. Okay, and let's be smart. Let's do the hit location check here. Oh goodness gracious! Glad we did it, because there is trap party. Trap party indeed. So place a Flower Knight in the center of the showdown board. Place the attacker in front of the monster. They gain +1 luck token. Each of the other survivors is grasped by the survivors and pulled in, unless they spend a survival. So, do we want to burn it, or do we want to see if we can just bury it? That is the question. We are quite low in this deck, so I'm kind of tempted to see if we can just burn it. Maybe after, though. Well, let's do that. So let's put it on the bottom. And so first up is going to be Stargile, swinging in with 2 dice, hitting on 3s. Ouch. So we get 1. Yes, buried it indeed. All right, so we get the Fey Breastplate. The Flower Knight's eyes beam strangely. Attacker gains +1 courage is knocked down. That's on a wound. We do have a crit chance here, which would be nice. Crit is going to be on a 9. A 9! 3 is not going to be a critical. We do have a boatload of strength here, though. So yeah, we're still going to wound hit even on a 3, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so they gain +1 courage, which is nice. And unless they spend a survival. Let's go ahead and spend the survival not to be knocked down. Okay. And now they are going to move. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. They gain a bleeding token from leaving the ring. Going up to 2. And I did forget that our Lucidin would have gained a bleeding token from leaving the ring too, so we'll add that now. Okay, so now I think we're going to see if we can proc the trap. And we'll do so with pattern. This might not be the wisest move, but that's, oh no, survival's not going to come into play. You know what? I don't think that's going to be the play. Let us, is there anything else that they could do instead? I mean, they could check the, yeah, let's do that. So we're going to keep that where it is for now. And their action is going to be looking at the top 2 AI cards and placing them down in an order of our choice using the Rawhide Headband. So we got Disarm and we got Pollen Strike. Disarm wasn't terrible. Pollen Strike, we've got no one in there right now. So let's go with Disarm up top. Okay, and that is going to be the end of our go, which brings us to its go with Disarm. Oh, is that what I meant to do? What's that? Oh, they both got the same top anyways. I'm a fool, I didn't notice. Disarm. If there are no survivors in the fairy ring, perform Bloom. We shall perform Bloom. Target a random survivor outside the fairy ring. They suddenly vanish, gain +1 luck token, and are doomed until the end of the monster turn. So, random is going to be lowest dice gets it. Oh, that is the wrong die. Nice. So that's going to be Wendell gets it. They vanish outside the fairy ring, gain +1 luck token, and are doomed until the end of the turn. The target emerges from a flower, place them standing to the closest free space inside the fairy ring. It's the closest free space, so they are right there. They are doomed, and they have a luck token. Turn the monster to face target. There we go. And then closest threat in the fairy rings, that's going to be our buddy old pal Wendell here. Move and attack. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Does Wendell have any evasion? Nice. Yeah, so it's going to be 3 speed, hitting on 5s. Oh my goodness. All 3 misses. That is very nice. Goodbye, Disarm. See you never. Okay, you know what? I think, it's a little foolish, but I think I'm going to go ahead and see if I can attack with our support character here. Reason being, they have not taken a single hit yet, and so they've got the highest chance of being able to actually tank some damage. So let's go ahead and do that. They are going to, what is it, the next one? Oh no, never mind. That's a terrible choice because they only have 1. So I think in that case, not Stargile, pattern, what do you got? So you'd be 2 dice hitting on 6s. Let's risk it. Hopefully we're just able to get 1. I don't think I'm cheating. Oh, I guess technically that was, but I had looked at it and then I shouldn't have looked at it again because looking at it again was cheating. I should just be remembering. Fair enough. That's keeping me honest. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, my bad there. All right, Vespertine Depot, 2 dice hitting on 6s. So we get 1 hit, a perfect hit, and so this worked out exactly as I was hoping. So we got 2 lucks, so a crit is going to be on an 8. No, so in which case, perform basic action against the attacker. So we'll go here. And basic action, let's grab that back here, is going to be 3 speed hitting on 4 pattern here. You do have an evasion, so hitting on 4s. Ooh, that is going to be 3 hits, which is a bit of a bummer. That's the way it goes, though. So let's see where we get it. 2 to the noggin, 1 to the arms. And this would be 2 damage apiece. So I think we need to save 1 from the head. And then we'll take 2 to the head and 2 to the arms, going down to 0 armor for both. So not the greatest, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. And you know what? Let's just move you back 1, just in case there's any adjacency shenanigans. I'm just going to bring us to trap time. Trap time. Talking about critting a million times and the night missing thrice, not paying that close of attention. Perfect timing, though, because technically I did accidentally cheat by looking at the double checking where the trap was after I had hit scouted it, which technically is cheating because I knew where it was. I didn't need to look, and I shouldn't have looked because I already knew. But yeah, very hot and cold dice rolls, but mostly hot tonight. I like very much, that's for sure. Okay, so Wendell, 1 dice, hitting on a 7. No. Dang, that's too bad. Well, in that case, we're going to dash with Wendell, getting it back on a 6. Ugh, no. So I'm going down to 4 survival, and you are going to just get out of the ring to there. Meaning, do we want to try to do this with Starguile? Yes, I think that'll be okay. So Starguile is going to go ahead here. I guess technically I could have just tried to bury the trap card, but I've got a lot of stuff in the deck still, so. Gets 2 dice, hitting on 3+. Oh, you know what? 1 moment. I'm just going to. I wouldn't change anything, but yeah, I'm just gonna stay there. I'm not gonna move yet. All right, so that's 2 hits. So we know we get the trap. Shuffle hit location deck. Boom, 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 boom. You know what? I'm just gonna double check the trap roll because I can't recall offhand if drawing the trap negates the second hit as well. So 1 moment here. Trap cancels. Yes, cancels all the attacker's hits. Ends their attack and causes the monsters to stand. Okay, so let us do this thing once more. So I think this is the 3rd or 4th trap we've got in this fight. So we've been critting hard, but it's been trapping hard too. So for everybody but Starguile, we're going to spend a survival, or lose it in goes down to 0, which is not optimal considering how many traps we've hit. Pattern goes down to 3. Starguile, we can't. Wendell goes down to 3 also. Alrighty, Roo. Place the attacker in front of. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. And then Starguile gains a luck token, which we do like. And then all survivors are doomed. Alrighty, Roo. So basic action attacking the target here. So basic action is going to be 3 dice, hitting on 3s. Nice. So 2. And those 2 are going to be connecting with cancel all hits and shuffle. Thank you, yeah. The noggin and the booties. That's alright, so we'll take that. Head goes down to 1, and the booties go down to 1. There we go. Cool. So trap party reenacted once more. I can use the move to go out of here, going 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of there. Let's have you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly working our way towards that resource that we want to gather. Okay. Just going to shuffle up this deck now. Oh, and that is also going to be a, before I forget, a bleeding token on Starguile, going up to 3. There we go, that is shuffled, and Starguile up to 3. So that means we're not going to be able to hit scout this turn because I think we should get those tokens down. So let's do that first. Using bandages, going down to 1 bleeding token. And then Starground, let's go ahead and hit with you using your Bone Dart. 1 dice. Ooh, on a perfect hit. I don't remember if you have anything special for that. Oh yeah, Crazed. On a perfect hit, gain 1 insanity. That we certainly shall. And let's see what we connect with. If it's the trap. It's not. Fey Sabatons. If the attacker is adjacent to the Flower Knight, they are viciously kicked away. Alright, so we don't need to worry about that if we wound, which I think is likely. We got a lot of strength. Yes, that'll definitely wound with our strength of 6. Going up to 11 there. Alright, so another card gone. Boom, boom, boom. We like to see it. And then, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you in range? Pattern. No, but you can be. So let's use the slow effect here. Oh, this bow's got deadly. I totally forgot about that too. So it's got an extra luck. So +4 accuracy and 9 range. So it's just going to be 1 dice hitting on 2s, critting on something nice too. Nice. So we do hit delicate knee joint. And so, as far as critting here, what is your luck at? Your luck is at 2, 3 because I'm so deadly is. I'm just going to double check deadly. I think that was more luck. Deadly. Yes. All right, so we crit on a 7. 7 is what we need. All right, so critical wound. The knight's footwork is ruined. All survivors gain 1 survival. We love that. If the Flower Knight is outside the fairy ring, it gains a -1 speed token. No, I don't know if I've ever actually gotten it out of the ring before. Okay, so another card bites it. Very nice. And everybody gains a survival. We do like that very much. I think I may have crit. It's not a what's it called? It's not a permanent injury. So I've crit both of its knees at this point, I think. Yeah, I think I did crit. Yeah, I think it was the knee joint that I crit before. Start out window back up to 4 there too. Okay, cool. Yeah, on the natural 10 before, and then getting the 7 to crit this time too. Crit city, that is for sure. Okay, well, that is going to be our turn, which I think was quite successful indeed. So let's draw. Pommel Punch. If there are no threats in the fairy ring, perform Bloom. Oh, bugger. If we're losing, it's teleported in there. I'm going to be upset. Let's roll for him first. 5. 9, 2. Okay, that's probably going to be the one. 5. All right. Bloom. And Bloom. Let me just remember really quick. Windle gains +1 luck. Boom, boom. They are moved just into the fairy ring. And then pick targets, closest threat facing in fairy ring. Done deal. So we'll move up here. 1 speed, going to be 4+ to hit. Doesn't hit. We love to see it. Very nice. So I'm not going to take any damage there. Was thinking it was -2 something. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. Okay, there we go. So Pommel Punch is done, and we are back with our turn. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't quite get to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The survivor corpse, but you can get there next turn or lose it in. That is something. Alrighty, so Windle, I think we probably want you out of the ring. So let's move you back. Let's do that. You gain a 2nd bleeding token. Let's go ahead and do we want to hit scout? Do we want to bandage yourself? Let's hit scout. So drawing 1, 2, 3. All right, so we got 3 parry cards all in a row. What are the failure effects? Side steps without turning, move 3 towards the center of the board. Furious Riposte, perform basic action against the attacker. Turn the knight to face the attacker. Okay, well, let's do this one. Let's do that. Yeah, new guy is matrix level dodging. Indeed. it's pretty sweet. All right, so just while he is way up here, let's go ahead and swing in with Stargyle first here. In which case, 2 dice, hitting on 3s, which just feels bonkers. Oh, we do miss one. That's okay. Hypnotic Deflection. So for Stargyle, we are critting on an 8. Let's see if we can make it happen. Oh, no. We do not wound. Not very nice. All right, so they gain 2 insanity. We honestly don't mind that. And that is Stargyle's turn. Bringing us to Pattern. Pattern is now within normal range, which is nice. So that means Pattern's got 2 dice, hitting on 6s. Oh my goodness, this is a lot of 1s. So 2 misses. Ouchie, ouchie kibbles. Well, do we want to surge with anybody? For survival and for survival. You know what? Let's go ahead and surge with Pattern. So 2 dice, hitting on 6s. No, useless surge it is. But getting it back on a 6? Yes, we do get it back. Yeah, not cheating. The dice gods have balanced things out, as is their way. But you know what? Let's surge again over here too. And you are unable to get it back with Stargyle. So going down to 3. And 2 dice hitting on 3s. Oh, another 1. But we do hit the other one. Furious Riposte. So critting on an 8. And hey, we get the Lander 10. We're back in business after 4 or 5 1s. I am here for it. 2 1s is 11, right? Indeed. Take it to 11. Alrighty. Fierce Riposte. Perform basic action. Target the attacker. Don't need to worry about that. Critical wound. We do not have fencing, so let's go ahead and do Breakthrough. Getting rid of that AI card as well. Not forgetting. Breakthrough. Where'd that Bouquet to? Breakthrough. Sense memory. Breakthrough. Showcase the fantastic art as often as possible. Ooh, that's definitely got some leg on it. Breakthrough. For a brief instant, a weakness is found in the Flower Knight's seemingly impenetrable defenses. With a ferocious blow, the survivor is able to overcome the Flower Knight's bird-like reflexes. The settlement has drums, the rhythm of battle is maddening. All survivors gain +2 insanity. Don't have that. But seizing the moment, the attacker attempts to break through. Just gonna check one thing quick here. So, okay, so we are there. I don't know why this didn't show up on camera then, but yeah, breakthrough art, very cool. All right, roll 1d10, adding 2 to the results. 2 becomes 7. The Flower Knight chirps and stumbles, its armor subtly shifting colors. Gain 1 survival and 1 luck token. That we shall do. That we shall do indeed. Okay, so survival back up to 4. And luck up to 3. Cool. There we go. Alrighty, so that is going to be our entire turn. However, no, yeah, so that was all that. Bringing us back to the Flower Knight. Just going to shuffle up its couple of remaining AI cards here. Touch me by the doors, never by the window. Disarm. All right, so we got to come back again. It is going to perform Bloom. Oh, goodness. Let's get our loser. Okay, 9. Good, good, good. You 6. You also 9. And lastly, 9. Triple 9 and a 6. Fun, fun, fun. So you get pulled in 1, gaining +1 luck, and in this case, you, referring to pattern. Here we go. So bloom is in play. And pick target closest right facing in fairy ring. Let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty, so target is knocked down. They stand, don't need to worry about that. So 3 dice. Hitting on, I think, 4s in this case. Yes, hitting on 4s. Will be 2 wounds. And where are we taking that damage? Oh, to the head twice? I do believe that we are going to block or dodge one of those. Let's see if we get it back on a 6. We do with another Lantern 10. Unreal. Oh, never mind. Pattern's got 0 head armor. So either way, it's just going to be a... Well, yeah, it's irrelevant. We blocked 1, we can't block 2. So let us see what happens with a happy, happy, fun table of doom roll. And this is going to be the head. And let's see what happens. Nice. It always makes me so nervous rolling dice when they just and just stick and don't roll. Usually I find it's not a good roll, but 9 will take. Shattered Jaw. You drink meat through a straw. You can no longer consume or be affected by events requiring you to consume. You can no longer encourage. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain a bleeding token. Ouchie kibbles pattern. Ouchie kibbles indeed. Alright, so we got bleed, and then we'll add severe injuries, shattered jaw. Ouchie kibbles indeed. Yeah, happy fun table. Best name for the diabolical thing that it is. After damage, the survivor's weapons are knocked down. Okay, so we've been disarmed. Okay, cool. There we go. All right, that's its turn. So let's start things off with moving 1 space and rolling on the survivor corpse. So let's go ahead and scavenge, rolling a d10. Getting a 4, gain 2 insanity and 1 basic resource. Cool. Let's back up to 18 insanity and a basic resource. Monster bone, we shall take it. We'll add you to the stack over there. And take that off so that we know that it's gone. Okay, so that was your turn. Let's see what we can do. I kind of think, let's just see if we can do some big time damage this turn. So let's start with... Let us start with... Painter, in which case... Or not Painter, Pattern. Painter's dead. 2 dice, hitting on 6s. That'll be 1 hit. Retreating Feint, parry. Okay, so if we can crit, that would be nice. So we'll be adding 4 to the result. So we just need a 6 to get the crit. We do get the crit. So back to breakthrough again. And let's roll another d10. Ooh, getting a Lantern 10. So many tonight, oh my goodness. So pressing through, your senses sharpen until you are nearly overwhelmed. Gain the Fencing Secret Fighting Art. All survivors gain +1 survival. Amazing, let's gain that Fighting Art. Fencing. I remember liking fencing. What is it? Ignore parry when attempting to wound hit locations. Attempt to wound these locations normally. When a monster attacks you, roll 1d10. On a 6+, ignore the hit. Limit once per round. Cool. Yes, circlet sounds like the right call now, especially since we're so close. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's take a peek. See, 1, 2, and 3. Nice. Very, very nice. And so I think we'll put this one on the bottom because we don't want to worry about parrying stuff right now. Sword arm is ruined, and the helmet is damaged. Yeah, I think we like either of those, and especially the -2 toughness one first. Let's put that on top. And let us see. We just need 2 wounds to complete this fight. Yeah, good call on the circle there. I might not have used it there, but it was definitely the smart thing to do. With Stargile bringing us home. So 2 dice, hitting on 3s. That's a perfect hit. So with perfect hits, that means Stargile gains and insanity. And we do wound hit twice, so we get our 2 cards here. And for Starguile, we're going to be critting on 7s, which would be nice. If we can just get more resources, I would be super stoked. 2 is not going to be a crit. How much strength do you have, Starguile? 7, so that is still a wound, funny enough, which is pretty crazy. So we do wound. And bringing us to the last one. Oh, let me just double check what was... No. Actually, yeah, especially the -2 toughness, we definitely wound. So let's see. Critting on a 7. No. But does that still wound? We need 8. How much strength again? 7? Yeah, so we don't get any crits. That's too bad. But we do get the kill, which we are mucho happy with. So we'll stick that there. 4 traps in a game would be cool, but yeah, we're happy keeping it at 3 for sure. And honestly, I think without those traps, this fight almost would have been too easy. So kind of fun so that we had to deal with it, especially with the Butcher coming up next when there's all that shuffling of that small hit location deck too. So good practice, good practice. Cool, very, very cool. I'm just going to organize this stuff just a little bit and we'll move into the denouement of this encounter. There we go, move you there. Shove you up over there for now too. Cool, very, very cool. Well, go back to the Flower Knight encounter here. We gained some goodies and everybody lived. That is nice. And I mean, realistically, everybody lived to probably die next time. I am excited to fight the Butcher though. Yeah, I'm gonna heal before Butcher in this settlement phase. Do a little bit of... Oh, I can't remember actually. What is the order of operations with Nemesis fights? Special Showdown. Yes, okay, cool. So we can develop. That is good. Get to develop and build stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. I think it's not too late. So I think I'm just going to do that tonight on camera here. Although I might save the crafting, the actual crafting for out of camera or off camera, just so I can take time and look through it. First things first, let's go ahead and get these resources. Okay, so when survivors defeat the Flower Knight, they gain the Flower Knight badge or gear, add Petal Spiral Innovation to the Innovation deck. We've got that. If any survivors have Fencing, Secret Fighting Art, Ghostly Beauty, they gain the Narcissistic Disorder, so we don't have that. Next silent phase, which is now, we will be doing Sense Memory also. So that, I do want to get another Vespertine bow, just for the chance of getting an Acanthus Doctor again. You went bird watching, then picked some flowers, now got to go to the Butcher's. It's like the perfect date, right? Just missing a charcuterie board. But that's what we're on the way for the Butcher's for. Which is kind of terrible visual considering we know that he skins faces. Nasty. Okay, so starting things off with 6 flower resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And 4 normal resources. Just a quick shuffle of these ones again. 2. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start with the flowers. Warbling Bloom. So I feel like I don't need any extra population, but I really want one of these flower people in my settlement, so we'll see. This is super fun. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out and watching. This game's been such a blast, and I mean, like, this is my first real time playing solo, let alone streaming solo. But it's been so much fun. It's definitely awesome having folks along. So you rock as well, good sir. Thank you very much for hanging out. Okay, so Warbling Bloom. So we get 2 of those. Sighing Bloom. Cool. So that is an organ. Osseous Bloom, which is bone, and Lantern Bloom, which is hide. Cool. Well, that is good. We like that very much. And then here we go. Monster Organ, a perfect hide, Monster Organ, and Monster Bone. Sweet. Very cool. All right, so some goods there as well. Just going to go ahead and get these organized and shuffled into our app here also. Okay, warbling bloom, sighing bloom, osseous bloom, and 3 lantern blooms. Cool. Storage, resources, flower night. Lantern blooms, 1, 2, 3. Osseous bloom times 2. Lantern bud, I don't think we have any of those. Sighing bloom, 1, 2. And warbling bloom times 2. Okay, and then basic, we have 2 monster bones, very nice. 2 monster organs. And a perfect hide. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Get these out of the way. Okay, very, very nice. And that is what we get for doing that. I'm just going to open it up to sense memory here. Cool. So we are able to make a vespertine bow. That is all I want. That makes me happy. But let's go ahead and start things off with the settlement event phase. And we get the Dark Dentist. The 0.5 episode seemed like a time saver at a late... yeah, I agree too. I figured I would power through and just do this one on camera since I'm going to be house sitting for the next couple of weeks and not going to bring KDM with me. Too much game or too much box to pack. But yeah, I've enjoyed it too. It's been nice, like looking at the settlement phase while fresh instead of like after a game session, especially in this little tiny smoking hot room right now. Dark Dentist. A cloaked woman enters the settlement. All that can be seen beneath her hood is a sparkle of perfect teeth. She offers to improve the survivors if they are brave enough. So we could mend bones. Oh, we do have 1 skull, so I think we're definitely going to do that. What else do we have? Monster Tooth Dentures. Upgrade your mouth, gain +1 permanent strength once per lifetime. Not too worried about the strength right now, honestly. Metal Jaw. Oh my goodness. 2 iron. Your fist and tooth gain sharp. What does sharp mean and what does it do? Because we could put that on our Lucidin. Sharp. Add 1d10 strength to each wound attempt using this gear. This d10 is not a wound roll and cannot cause... I mean, that sounds kind of amazing. Butcher takes all your resources or something, doesn't he? I can't remember if he does or not. Oh, you know what? I think he does. Yeah, I think the Butcher does. I remember one of them did and then one of them didn't. And I think you're right. I think it was the Butcher that took it all when I lost the first time. Thank you for that reminder. So yes, need to craft everything possible. I think I am going to spend that 2 iron. Let's see, how much do I have? Strange resources. I've got 3. You know what? I am going to go ahead and spend it because sharp sounds kind of amazing. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to go down to 1 iron and fist and metal maw, fist and tooth game sharp. So let's go to our Lucidin and let's just note sharp. Add 1d10 strength to wound rolls. That is deadly. I like that a lot. Cool. Okay, and then back to storage, resources, basic. Skull, we'll use that to get rid of who got Complete Showdown. Yes, there we go. Dagger Tooth. Yeah. We might actually adjust his name to do something toothy because that is super on point. Was it Pattern that got the... Yes, Pattern got the broken jaw. So we can get rid of shattered jaw. Don't need to drink meat through a straw anymore. That's nice. Cool. And I don't think we're going to worry about that other one. Before gaining the benefit of monster dentures or metal jaw, roll 1d10 to see if it's successful. Ooh. I see. So there is a dice roll. Well, let's see what happens. Well, we don't die. However, their jaw is shattered. Oh no. So our Lucidin's got a shattered jaw and does not gain sharp. That's too bad. Yeah, so we went from sharp face to shattered face. That is a shame. Serves me right for not reading the card before saying, ooh, cool. All right, serious injury, shattered jaw. Braces McGee, indeed. All right, well, thank you, Dark Dentist. That was fun. That was very fun. How many bones do we have? Because I think we want to save that for making the spear. Yeah, we want to save it for the spear. You can have that busted jawmy things. But let's just see. How many bones do we have? Flower Knights, we have 2. 2 bones from the Flower Knight. Yeah, it's basically fix the jaw or make the spear. We're going to go ahead and make the spear. All right, so yeah, shattered jaw. That's okay. That is okay. So we'll check that up there. Let's go ahead and draw this out here. So update timeline. Do we have anything on the timeline table? No, just the butcher coming up here too. We do have some things going on though. For example, survivors, for returning survivors. Oh, actually, first things first, before we go further, we do have one timeline thing. We've got my little homebrew story. So let's go ahead and do that. The survivors chance upon a strange glimmer. Hidden within a lantern, it shimmers like a captured stormfront, causing a haunting blue glow upon their casting a haunting blue glow upon their weary faces. Whispers among the settlement speak of the night's radiance, a flicker of deadly beauty in the darkness. They gather around its eerie luminescence, hearts heavy with the weight of their travels, or the weight of their trials, yet aflame with burgeoning courage. Nominate the returning survivor with the most disorders. Choose randomly in the case of a tie. That we shall do. Our Lucidin, you got no disorders. Oh no, you actually do have 2. Pattern has none. So it's not going to be Pattern. Stargyle only has 1. And then Window's got 0. So our Lucidin rolling on the table. Getting a 3. 2 to 4, we have Whispers of Wisdom. The Stormlight bestows upon the survivor fragments of ancient knowledge and wisdom, granting them insight into the mysteries of the darkness. Gain an understanding. Well, that we shall do. Understanding going up to 7. Nice. Very nice. Oh yeah. Godfinger be coming in for sure. That is the plan indeed. Okay, so do we want to endeavor? We endeavored last time when we were planning on it. I'm kind of thinking let's just craft as much stuff as we can and then endeavor if we can too. So let's see. I think with that in mind, I'll probably call it here just to get crafty and take some time looking at stuff. But Godfinger for sure. And then I'm probably going to see if I can finish off another set of leather armor here as well. Or finish off a set of leather, and maybe even get started on the Phoenix with that last remaining iron I have. We shall see what the resources do after the... Actually, one moment. Let me just pull up Sense Memory and see if there's anything interesting there too. Pottery. We do have pottery. Oh no, we don't have pottery. But we don't have Song of the Brave, so we can't do that. yeah, so it's just going to be crafting the bow. That's not too exciting, but we'll make it happen. Yes, so thank you very much for joining me on this jolly old flower gathering trip before the Butcher. And yeah, in 2 weeks' time, we're going to be facing off against level 2 Butcher, which level 1, I lost, but it was really close. And I think I lost because I didn't bring any bandages. I lost 2 or 3 survivors to bleeding tokens. So fingers crossed, 1 bandage is going to be enough. I'm kind of tempted to bring 2 and craft an extra one just in case. We'll see. I'll plan that out off camera. But yeah, 2 weeks' time, Butcher round 2. Here we go. Thanks for hanging out, and hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the night. Bye! Yeah, cool off and get some sleep. Indeed. Opening the door and chugging a big glass of water real quick here. Much love, y'all. Take care.